11th sloka. In 11th sloka, Bhagavan says, I am strength in the strong that is free from desire and attachment. And I am desire in beings that is consistent with duty. O Scion of Bharatas. The Bhagavan tells Arjuna how he is present in everything. So here he talks about the strength. He is the one who gives strength to everyone. He is in the form of strength in everyone. And he says, who are all benefited by that? The people who are devoid of passion and detachment. Those who are away from the material attachment. They make use of that strength. Because God is in the form of strength. And when we are away from material detachment, when we are in material detachment or away from material attachment, we focus more on God. When we are going away from material world, we are moving closer to spiritual world. That is what happens. So here, when you are devoid of passion and attachment, desire, if there is no desire, there is no attachment. When there is no desire and attachment, naturally your desire is on Bhagavan. Your attachment is towards Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is serene and supreme strength in people. And he helps us to do the duties because we are not selfish. When you are not attached to material, when you do not have desire on material, naturally you are able to concentrate more on Bhagavan and you work without any selfish motives. Whatever karma you do, that is without any selfish motives. So that helps us to do our duties and responsibilities as per karma yoga. So that is what Bhagavan says here. So I am there in everyone and in the form of strength. So the question here is, even good people get the strength and bad people also get it. That means God gives strength to both good and bad, yes. But God says, bad people, because they want to use their strength for wrong purpose, not towards spiritual world, because they are using for the material purpose and because they are using for their own selfish motives, there the strength is not graced by God. That is what happens. So if you take Drona and Ashwatthama, Drona, he was a scholar, he was a learned man, and he was good at warfare. But what happened? So that Balam given by God. But what happened? He had attachment, weakness towards Ashwatthama. So in the war, when he heard that Ashwatthama was no more, he lost his strength. So he failed to do his duty because of his attachment towards his son. So what happened? His strength was not used by him because he lost that balance. So that is because of attachment. So Bhagavan says, so he is the strength that should be free from selfish desire and attachment. So with the example of Drona, we can understand very well how when you are with the selfish motive, your Balam, your strength becomes useless because it is polluted by selfish motives. So an attachment, this is what happened. If you look at the history, the world history, you find so many leaders who were very, very intelligent, but they did not have a successful end. So that is because that intelligence and their power, their strength were not used for the right purpose. Everything was for their selfish motives, so they met with a failure. So we should have that lust. So here he talks about kama. So here he is talking about kama, here is lust, desire. So the lust should be on Bhagavan. So when we pay our desire, when we pay our kama, that is in the form of bhakti, devotion towards Bhagavan, we are liked by Bhagavan and we go closer to Bhagavan. So when if you like a particular thing, then what happens? We develop desire toward that. So what happened to Ravana? Ravana was a scholar, Ravana was talented in everything, Ravana was a good warrior, but his intelligence, his physical strength, nothing helped him because his concentration was on Sita. So he wanted, that was adharma. So what happened is, nothing helped him. He was pulled down by, though he had all the plus, because his lust was on a woman. Whereas Vibhishana surrendered. And his lust was, his bhakti was on Bhagavan. So Bhagavan accepted him and blessed him and made him the king of Lanka. So Ravana could not, you met with a very he met with a failure in his life, despite his intelligence and valor, strength and everything. So Bhagavan says, yes, I am the strength. I am giving you that. I am in the form of strength. But that strength should be free from selfish desire and attachment. So this is what this is a message we take from this sloka. So Bhagavan says, I am in all living beings as kama, that is desire. When you look at something, you like to get it. So that is desire. So I am there in everything. When you see a flower, you like it because it is so beautiful. So that is me. But your desire should be not against dharma. That is what he says. So when your desire is for adharma, your desire is wrong. And your desire destroys you. So that is what we learn from this. And one of the Alvars, Tirumangai Alvar, whose earlier life, he was involved in so many unwanted activities, and he met a woman and she wanted him to be a Vaishnavite and she wanted him to feed 1,000 Vaishnavas every day, and she wanted him to embrace Vaishnavism. And he had to undertake that Pancha Samskara, but nobody was ready to do. So he went to Tirunarayu temple. He requested the Bhagavan to do it. Bhagavan did it because Bhagavan wanted to make his intelligence and his physical strength for good purpose. So Bhagavan wanted him to convert everything to constructive, that is towards him. So he did it. He did Panchasamskaram for Tirumangai Alvar at Tirunarayur. So Tirunarayur, Nambi, the Bhagavan, the deity, became the Acharyan for Tirumangai Alvar. And after that his life changed. So once he started continuing the Kainkariam for the Vaishnavites, that is, he continued feeding them, but he went out of funds and he got into the habit of robbing people. So he became a robber. And one day Bhagavan came Bhagavan and Lakshmi, both of them came as bride and bridegroom, and Tirumangai Alvar wanted to he snatched everything from them except one ring at the toe. And when he bent down, Bhagavan said, okay, it is like Saranagati. He is taking Saranagati, so he blessed him actually. Then Tirumangai Alvar had to lift his bag with full of jewels, but he couldn't. Then he asked Bhagavan, what mantra you used? Why I am not able to lift this bag? Then Bhagavan said, okay, come closer to me, I will tell you a mantra. Then he said, Namo Narayana. The moment he heard that mantra, and Bhagavan asked him to repeat. The moment he repeated, there was a transformation. He was completely, there was a change in his mind. Then he realized what kind of activities he was involved in. So his entire life was changed, and he continued Kainkariam. He continued to do building temples and contributing for the temples, and he was doing all that, and he was visiting all the temples, and he was doing Mangalasasana, that is, he was making pasurams, singing pasurams on all the deities in all the temples, in Divya Desams. This is how he spent his life. So his life, he became, once he was a Tirumangai Mannan, and he became Tirumangai Alvar. So his lust on goods completely changed to lust on Bhagavan. So his life history is giving us how we have to be. So, and he himself brings out all his life experience in Pasurams. When we learn his Pasurams, we know how we should be. So he became the devotee of Bhagavan Vishnu, and everything was Vishnu for him. Everything was Bhagavan for him. So from his Pasurams, let's know two of the Pasurams and the explanations of this Pasuram.